What's up with all my Lockies and Locs? This your boy Christopher Wright, and we're back here again with another video. And in this video, I will be talking about how to prevent thinning locks and further hair loss. So guys, let's dive into the video. I hope y'all enjoy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and definitely stay tuned. So guys, please understand this is no particular order. I just want to give you tips and just guidelines to follow and things to understand, so that way you don't ruin your chances, and then that way you won't have thinning locks, or lose hair or have hair loss, whatever the case may be. I will be listing all the things to avoid and stop doing, but once I give you those solutions, they will increase your chances to strengthen your hair growth and to further prevent any hair loss or any issues with growing your hair or baldness or whatever the case may be. Guys, so I hope you enjoy the video, get the value out. I hope you take these tips with a grain of salt. Understand that, okay, if you have been doing these things before and you're good and your hair has not, you got good genetics and you're good, you don't have to worry about it. So if you've been doing this stuff that I'm about to list to avoid, well, then this video may not be for you. Don't look at it as I'm coming for you, but just understand these tips right here are going to help the next person with the alopecia conditioners or the scalp condition, whatever the case may be, and you're running into hair loss and things like that. These are the things that you might want to look into. So don't look at it as I'm coming for you, because I am not. If it's working for you and you've been doing these things, kudos. I have no problem with that. Just understand, for the ones who need this information and the ones that, they want to improve their lifestyle, not only in their hair, but their lifestyle, these are the things you might want to do. So guys, enjoy. So tip number 1 to avoid heavy sugar contented drinks like sodas, all these different mixture drinks, all these different ocean spray, whatever the case, these brands, Hawaiian punch, all this heavy sugared contented food. Because one thing about sugar, it creates inflammation in the body, especially when there's an overload of sugar. So when you create that inflammation in the body and you have an overload of sugar, you create cortisol, you can create high stress levels, you can create a high tolerance and craving for that sugar, which also puts a detriment, creates a huge problem in your body. So you will lose the opportunity to have profound growth in your hair or any other thing when you constantly drink these heavy contented drinks with sugar in it. So please avoid that. Tip number 2, try to avoid tight knitted cotton-like material on your locks, because they may pull strands and hairs out of your locks and start creating a thinning in that area, or start thinning up that area when you don't know what's going on. Even if you're walking around in the daytime or wherever you go, whatever the case may be, try to avoid those cotton-like material things, because those can become problems for your hair. Tip number 3, please avoid getting tight braids, tight protective styles. Guys, I cannot stress that enough, because it's been done to me, and I am huge on having tight braids. That's all I used to have. I barely had loose braids. But guys, all it was doing was tugging and pulling and snatching that area wide open, pulling out the hair follicles. Come on, if you're just think about it one quick second. Just think about it. If you gotta be like this all day, if you gotta look around, your head tilt like this, your neck, come on, you got to know that hurts. It hurts and it's uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable for you for when you sleep. So try to avoid them tight braids if you're going to do protective styles, braiding, or whatever the case. Now locks are protective style, but if you're doing an additional protective styles with your fish bones, with, you know, with the fish tails, whatever you want to call them, if you're doing those types of braids or the 2-strand twist with your braids, please don't get them tight. Please don't let them snatch at the roots. Tell your beautician or your loctician or whoever who's doing your hair, tell them to lightly twist that stuff. Tell them to, if you got a lot to them, tell them you're tender-headed. I don't know. Just use something so that way you do not have to have those tight braids, especially if you have this condition. Now, these are mainly for the ones who have that condition, but this information also relates to those who continuously do these things. So keep an avoidance of these things right here, man. No tight braids whatsoever. I am a big advocate of it. I understand. I've experienced that a lot. So watch out for that. Tip number 4. So guess what, guys? We have got to stop picking the lint out of our locks. Believe me, I understand. I know what it is. I know what you're going through. That is a huge problem across the board. Even when you're tying your hair down, you may get a couple every now and then. Now, the only areas that I get them in is the nape area, right here at the bottom right here, where I get a lot at the edges, you know, because sometimes my cap might not stay on, or if I tie my hair, it still might not, you know, just that area right there. So I will have those issues, but barely, very rarely would I have those issues, because I'm doing the right thing. And don't pick them out. I know people that say brush them out, comb them out, but you're thinning that lock every time. You can't see it right away, but understand in time, you're gonna wonder why that lock, you know, looks scalp. It looks pathetic. It looks like it's limp, and it look like it's finna fall off. Because you kept hooking and tucking and all that stuff. You kept doing that. Stop doing that. Now, if you want, there's 2 things that you can do. Now, the first one may still be, you know, people may debate against that. I don't think that's still the right thing. Look, if you want to do this without the second tip I'm finna give, then you know, take it at your own risk. But I mean, it's more profound than what you may do with all these other methods I do, combing, brushing, and just plucking, getting little tweezers and plug out. No, man. Now, what you can do, try to pull out to a certain extent, right? Pull out wherever the hair is, right? Grab the end. Make sure that you are away from the lock. And if you caught the lint part, just pop it off. But don't tug it to where it pulls from the root or inside of the lock, because that hair is intertwining. So don't pull it all the way out. Just make sure you pull enough, pull it to its further extent, and pop that off. If you're able to get it like that. If you're not, the second best thing is to dye your hair. Lint is going to happen. It's going to get trapped in, and it is going to be a problem to try to get that out. So guys, don't hurt yourself trying to do this. It's simple. Don't complex it. Like, it's very simple. So make sure that we watch out for that, guys. Okay. Now, this is tip number 5 for my excessive retwisters. Please avoid retwisting your hair so often. I'm not saying you should semi-freeform. I'm not saying you should freeform. But all I'm saying is you don't have to retwist your hair very frequently. In my first set of locks, I retwisted my hair every 3 weeks. Why? Because nobody told me anything. Nobody posted videos to tell me what to avoid. I just did things because this is how I knew braids were getting done. And whenever my braids got well overdone in 3 weeks, I got my hair, rebraided. So I used the same method for my locks. It became a problem because it made my locks smaller. Even though I had hundreds, well, I ain't have to say I had hundreds. I had over 100 in my head at the time, but later down the line, 5.5 years later, I paid for it. I try to let them get thick. They can get only as thick as they possibly can. Once that shaft has created its form and it's there and that form is permanent, it's not really going to get any thicker. The only part that's going to get thicker is the root. And then you can cultivate from that point. But other than that, you can't manipulate that when it's long. That's not going to get no thicker because the growth is not within this area. The growth is from the roots. So you're not going to get that thick. So avoid all those constant retwists. So guys, that is a big one. I'm not saying semi-freeform. I'm not saying become a freeformer. But at least extend out a month, maybe 2, possibly 3. But don't kill yourself to try to go get your hair retwisted. Please don't kill yourself to try to go do it. And if you're very adamant about it and you could do it yourself, I recommend doing it yourself. Unless you really, if you don't know those methods, you don't feel like trying, then go to a profound, credited loctician who will handle that for you and know what they're doing. So always look for that. Please do not retwist your hair so often, guys. Tip number 6. 6. Please avoid sleeping with your hair uncovered at night because you don't know what's pulling, tugging, snagging, snatching your hair at night, especially when you're sleeping on a cotton pillowcase. You can avoid that by sleeping on a satin pillowcase. And, it's still debatable about silk, but you still can use silk, man. It's not a huge problem. But satin is the preferred type of material that is good for your locks. That's going to keep the moisture in your lock while you sleep. It won't get on your pillow, and nothing is pulling or tugging. There's no elastic band pulling or tugging. There's no cotton pulling or tugging. And who knows how you sleep? You might be drooling on that bed. I don't know. You might be drooling on the pillow. It might get in your hair. Who knows? I don't know. But sleep with your hair covered, because believe me, in my first set, I slept. Sometimes I was just like, when my hair got long at a certain point, about mid stomach, when it got to that point, I was just like, I don't feel like wrapping it. His hair is long. I don't have to worry about trying to keep it neat and this, because at that time I was just freeforming. I freeformed towards my end. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not manipulating it. I'm not twisting it, nothing. And I slept every which and where. And my hair was all over my pillow, all on my face, this and that. It used to aggravate me. Sometimes I put it in a little ponytail and sleep on it, and it was still aggravating at certain points. But this one thing that people are not mentioning. Now, could it be because my hair wasn't as clean as I thought, and there was buildup inside of the lock? Or could it have been that, I had a lot of product on my lock, and it was not good for my face? And what I'm getting at is, guys, it made my face break out. Laying on my locks, all in my face was breaking out, all in this area. Every time I let it would itch and irritate my skin. Every time, and I end up with access little bumps across my face. And I'm just like, what is going on? Why I end up with a rash or something? Because my hair was just all over. And what do we know is happening, or what's in our hair at that time when we're sleeping, and then it's all in your face and it's constantly itching and scratching? Guys, I said, you know what? I'm getting tired of this, so I'm gonna have to continuously wrap my hair in. And towards the end of my first set, therefore on, I started wrapping my hair up at night. So guys, please cover your hair at night. Number 7, guys, please avoid heating your hair. All these conventional heaters and dryers, these portable dryers, guys, avoid heating your hair. Now, if you're using a low temp, it is okay. But understand, when you're retwisting your hair, and you're retwisting with this tight hold product, whatever the case may be, you know, and I know there's people that use, you know, water retwist, people use oils to retwist, people just use, you know, what else they use? I know a lot of people use aloe vera gel, different cases like that, but if you're using light stuff, then this is okay. Now, what I prefer is to air dry. I prefer to air dry. Now, if you want the best chance for your hair to dry while it's summertime and the sun is out, please step outside and air dry your hair. Go run, go jog, go walk, whatever. If it takes a long time for your hair to dry and you don't want to wait hours for it to dry up, and you do have a dryer you want to use it, put it at a low heat, a very low heat, and you know, keep your distance away from your head and your scalp, whatever, so that way, because at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this: that holding product, that retwisting product, is almost like a glue. It's almost like cement. It's wet, and then heat is applied and it dries, and all it's doing is holding. All it's doing is holding. It's not doing a whole much but holding. So please avoid that. Please avoid that. Now, you can use, and I also prefer this too. Don't use towels, regular cotton towels, to really dry your hair out. Don't do any twisting method. Don't even do any, like, this is what I do. Now, if I don't have a microfiber towel, take your regular cotton towel and lightly press. Lightly press. Put it on the lock, press, get the best out of it. Get the red, everything that you can squeeze out as much as possible. Don't twist. Don't do any of this. Just squeeze, lightly press, boom, you're done. Call it a day. Because when you start doing that, we go back to the top tips that I told you. You start pulling and tugging your hair, snatching and pulling away. And then when you look in your towel, it's a whole bunch of shedded hair, loose hair. Common sense, guys. So try to avoid those conventional. And even when you get your hair done by a professional, tell her, you know what? I'd rather air dry my hair. Now, some of them like to put their finishing touches once they air dry you and whatever like that. Just tell them if they put the clips in your hair and you have to get under the dryer, please tell them a low heat, very low heat, and a shorter drying time, because you will continue the drying at your leisure. You will continue the drying at home. I don't want it fully crispy. Because believe me, I used to get my hair done a lot. My locks done a lot. And guess what? They were crispy. Some of the times they were crispy. Like this third set in my first try, she did my hair. When she first started on, she did it bomb. It was dope. Next thing I know, the second time, she started pulling harder. She started, you know, tightening things. I mean, I was just like this. Oh my God, I'm just getting retwist. What is going on? And next thing I know, I was under the heat for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes? Bruh, my hair was like frying. And I'm sitting here with these clips. Metal hot clips. Come on, like, tighten up. And I was getting mad. I was getting pissed. I ain't even, man, look. I like her. We cool, you know? And I mess with her, but like, bruh, I almost didn't want to tip. Cause I'm like, you left me under there for so long. I was literally frying. I'm like this, oh my God, and it's burning the back of my neck. Guys, do not let your locticians or your beauticians do that to you, man. Avoid those extreme conventional heats. They are not good for you. They are damaging to the hair follicle and your scalp condition. Then you wonder why you got to go to a dermatologist. Then you got to wonder why you're going to a trichologist, just so you can get these things worked and fixed out and wonder what the heck happened. So guys, please avoid that. Don't let them do that to you. I done felt that pain, and I know you have. And I know if you haven't, I'm telling you, avoid it. And guys, And this kind of goes without saying. So tip number 8. Avoid trying to use every little product that claims they can prevent hair loss. Guys, I can't say that enough. I have been the guinea pig to a lot of these products. A lot of these products. Man, I'm gonna make a video on the product to avoid talking about hair loss. I will make a video on that because I'm gonna show you the list of the things that I use and tried, and you're gonna be like, Chris, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Hey, look, I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, prevent a problem and counteract what was going on. And by trying every little product, every little thing, every little pill, every little magical pill, every little, whatever the case may be, every little method, it did not work. I am now on a confirmed regimen that is doing great things for my hair. And you can check that in my other videos. But I am doing a better job now staying consistent to something that is natural, organic, and all that. But guys, the stuff that I was using was ridiculous. So don't try to use every little thing because they have false claims. Believe me, it's a real thing. It's a lot of false claimers out there, and they would tell you anything to sell a product. So guess what? Don't jump on every single thing because everybody's using it. Like the rice water method. Never. I'm not saying, I just had to bring that up, man. It's not to prevent hair loss, but I'm just like, that's weird as heck. But guess what? I would never try that. I don't care how awesome it works. For you. Whoo, bow. Number 9, guys. Please do not cut or trim your locks for grooming or maintenance for any reason. Please do not trim or cut your locks for grooming or maintenance for any reason, guys. That is crazy. You need every little strand to intertwine, to tangle, to lock up. That's what locks mean. That's what dreadlocks mean. To lock up, to tangle up. That's what it's created by. Hair, loose hair. You need every bit of that hair. Shoot. In fact, you need to add more hair into it. Come on, guys. Like, let's be real. Let's be understanding to this. You do that and you wonder why you got a pregnant looking lock. You have it's thick here and it gets small there, and it's thick here and it gets small there, and so forth. And that trend keeps going on all your locks. Oh yeah, let me cut the hairs out to trim it to make. I don't want it to look frizzy. If you don't want to make it look frizzy, palm roll. Palm roll it. Do a light little palm roll up and down and call it a day. Because as soon as you start doing that, you're going to get addicted to that. And you're going to think that's cool. And please don't do it to your significant loved ones without them knowing. Don't do it to your kids without them knowing. Even though they don't know and don't care. It ain't about that. Because if you put locks in their hair, you like it because of the beauty and what it does. And you know what I'm saying? You want to see the progression because you have locks or your husband has locks or vice versa. And you want to see the progression. So why would you scar them or screw them up? Because, oh, you know, I just want to trim it. Because, bruh, don't do it. Please, ma'am, sir. Don't do it. Whatever you can do, please avoid it. Thank you. You're such awesome listeners. Boom. 10, guys. 10. Tip number 10. Guys, please avoid products that leave heavy buildup in your hair. Because that buildup in those products can thin your locks out. They can have a detrimental effect to your locks. They can be problematic for your hair. The smell of the hair, the pH balance of your hair, how strong your hair can get, how smothered your hair is it breathable, is it live? Come on, man, just understand. Please avoid all the heavy product that leads to buildup. As soon as you try it, you see it leads buildup, get rid of it. Don't try it again. Don't try it again. Get rid of it. But if you're going the more natural route and you're just using oil, your water, rose water, and I mean essential oils, guys, believe me, and you're doing less things, believe me, you will not have those problems. So, Locs, Locs, I do have preventive measures. I do have a solution, for your problem and to address these things. So guys, don't think I was just gonna give you all these avoidances, all these things to stop and not give you a solution. Because I'm a nice guy, Christopher is a nice guy. I'm going to give you solutions to prevent further hair loss. And there are 10 tips so you can prevent your hair loss, guys. Now understand this is in no particular order. So guys, first and foremost you want to do, now this one is in order. You have to go do this. If you have any conditions or issues and you need to address it immediately before you start diagnosing yourself and dampering and touching and all these different products and all this stuff. Well, guys, make sure you go to your dermatologist. Your dermatologist is going to explain more about your skin. Make sure that the top of your head or the skin is in the condition it needs. So make sure that you go to your dermatologist to get that checked out. That is a high recommendation. And a disclaimer. So check with your physician for that. And then go over to your trichologist. And your trichologist is more for your hair. They're going to determine the hair follicle, the breathability of the hair, the health and the pH balance of the hair. So guys, you want to use those intertwining with each other, making sure that you consult with both of those physicians in order to get the best understanding of what's going on with your hair. So guys, please use that tip for prevention, number one. Now, I've only seen a few of the YouTubers talk about this, but number two, guys, you want to make sure that you check your iron, zinc, your vitamin D3, and any other trace minerals. Make sure you check the level of your iron, zinc, and vitamin D3. Because one thing about it, these are huge when it comes towards the hair loss and any other thing that's going on in your body. And the crazy thing is about with it, you would never know that they're low or there were problems or that you don't have or you're deficient. You would never know. They don't show signs. The signs are not very clear. You would have to go get blood work, blood tests in order to check these things out. Now what you can do, now if you don't want to go through all that, hey, I don't have the money, I get it, I understand. Well, what you can do, if you know you're not getting a lot of sun, because your vitamin D is coming from your sun. And I know a lot of the people that's up north, East Coast, whatever, they're not getting a lot of sun like that. It's a little bit more colder over there. So they're not getting a lot of sun like that. So some of them might have to supplement VD. And I recommend a good quality. Not the stuff at Kroger's or Walmart. No, a good quality from a great vitamin shop. Hence vitamin shop. Or any herbal other, any organic or life store. Make sure that you go get your vitamin D3. D3. Not D2, not D1. D3. Because you want those things to convert into D3. That is the most healthiest thing for you and more vital for you guys. So go get the supplementations if needed. Now, for zinc and iron, do not over supplement with iron and zinc, because you're only supposed to have up to at least 10 to 15 milligrams of zinc in your body, especially when taking supplementation. You overdo that, you start affecting other things. So if you want to look into getting, like, I would actually tell you to research all this stuff. Research all this stuff. I know you're probably like, oh, he's just talking. Guys, I would not mention it if it wasn't important. But please research iron and zinc. They can be very detrimental to your body, like overusing it and underusing it. Like not having any and then overusing it can be a problem. So you need an even balance between these two, because iron, sometimes you might go see supplementations that they say only 99 milligrams. To be real, I don't know the exact number. I can't remember the exact number of the iron, but you don't want to go way low and you dang sure don't want to go over. So make sure you got an even balance. That's why I say go talk to these dermatologists and trichologists. And actually, even if you don't go talk to them, if you go to your normal doctor or physician and do blood work and tell them to check for your iron. I think it's hemophobia, something. You know what I'm saying? That deals with the blood and the iron. So, okay. So guys, check that out because you want to know where those levels stand. But if you're getting a lot of red meat, a lot of your cruciferous vegetables, you're going to get a lot of that iron and zinc in. But zinc, you know, it's so many things that has zinc in it. You can do your own research and you'll find some wonderful things about the zinc. But understand, when you're supplementing with zinc, make sure you have copper and make sure you have chelated, or I forgot what the other one is, start with an M. I will have that information for you guys, but in the description. But guys, chelated, you want to have that because that allows the zinc to absorb. And then sometimes when you overdo on the zinc, you know, you lose on the copper. They almost work hand in hand. So you want to make sure that you have that in the supplementation, so that way you can not counterbalance your copper. Believe me, I don't know all the things that copper does, but guess what? They work hand in hand. Zinc and copper work hand in hand. And any of your trace minerals, if you just normally doing things to keep all your trace minerals up to par, that is even better. So guys, make sure you keep those three things in mind and in check, so you will not have the hair loss or any other health problems. Because like I said, I done witnessed a lot of people, like one YouTuber, Natural Nevada, great person, great, awesome person. And she faced that. She didn't know what was going on. And it's several more like that. So guys, please check those levels. Make sure that is up to par before you go start trying all these other things, not knowing what's going on with your body. Because it can lead to huge problems that you can't come back from, guys. And it takes a while and a lot more money. And guys, number 3 for prevention of further hair loss. And guys, this goes without saying because it's so obvious. Make sure you implement or add or work towards a high value nutritional diet and or lifestyle. Make sure you add a high value nutritional diet or lifestyle. Me, I like the word lifestyle because as soon in my head I say diet, guess what? Oh, I gotta do this a certain way. Ooh, I got it. And then you end up falling off because you're not sticking with it for a long term. Because in your head, diet is just temporary. Diet is short. It does not last long. Oh, I want to get it to a certain point. Oh, I want to lose weight to a certain point. I say lifestyle because I want to maintain it. You want to maintain this. You don't want to get it to a certain point. Oh, my hair is good, and then you start slacking, and then you're off, and then you got to do all this stuff to get back up to that point. And we don't want to go down memory lane. No, we do it too much already. You see how your New Year's resolutions go, or your weight loss resolutions go, and you wonder why you gained back the pound. Because now you just treat it as a diet. You only follow the diet, and then you didn't do a lifestyle. But guys, you want to make sure you have high nutritional foods. You know, that could be your organics, that could be your kosher, that could be your all naturals, whatever diet you prefer, vegan, vegetarian, keto, paleo, pescatarian, or junk food, whatever the case may be, or neutral, whatever the case may be. Guys, I say like this: pick and choose bits out of there and use it to the best of your benefit. Use it to your benefit. Make it work for you. And a lot of those diets have their defaults, their problems. You know, vegetarians, they might suffer in a lot of deficiencies with the iron and the zinc, you know, things like that. Possibly vitamin D. You know, they might suffer in that. That depends on, you know, how high of a volume of food they're consuming and what had those nutrients in it. So, you know, that could goes without saying. And then you have, it's just so many, man. It's like all these things that they come with all these different types of diet. It's just overwhelming. It's too much. It's too much. I know you wish life was so simple that you don't have to worry about that stuff. You don't have to worry about the eating. I understand. I feel you. I am with you. Your boy Christopher is with you on that. I like simplicity. I don't want to have to worry about all that, but I do. I look at the nutritional facts on everything. I look at the supplementational facts on everything. I'm making sure certain things not in there, like your high fructose corn syrup are not in there, your MSG not in there. Make sure it's gluten free. I'm looking at all that stuff. I'm looking at all that stuff because I've been around it. I've studied it. I learned it. I worked in places that I had to deal with that and learn that stuff. So guess what? Now it's in my brain. Like, I can't go without looking at that stuff because I don't want anything that's going to be harmful to me and counteract the positivity, the good things that I'm doing for my body. So guys, make sure you keep in high nutritional valued diet or lifestyle. Let's say lifestyle, because that's a better choice. Number 4. Guys, if you cannot get these high nutritional foods and you can't get all the benefits and you're not a good vegetable eater and you don't like vegetables and you don't like all this, you don't even like fruits, which is weird. And guys, if you don't like all this stuff right here, guys, at least the one thing that you can do is supplement for these things. Do your research on these supplementations. Make sure that you get the right things, your vitamin C's. Make sure that you're getting, you know, for guys, the boron, the magnesiums, what else? The biotin, your hair, skin, and nails, your multivitamins, the zinc, the vitamin D3, the iron, only when recommended. There's so many of them, guys. It's so many of them. It's so many of them. Just for every day, have supplementation for everything. And guys, stop getting this Walmart stuff, this Kroger stuff, these grocery stores that are really not supposed to sell this type of stuff because this is not their expertise, but they do anyway. Stop buying that stuff, man. Nature Valley, whatever that stuff is, or Sun, whatever that stuff, man. Stop buying that stuff, man. Go to a real credited, recommendable brand, a herbal shop, a Life grocery store, a Whole Foods, or a vitamin shop, maybe GNC. I'm still biased about GNC because all they're there is to sell a product and they're on commission based. But I'm more informational based, so I go to a vitamin shop, and vitamin shop is my common user. And no, I'm not trying to plug them in, but I'm just being real because I used to work there. Awesome enough. But yeah, man, so please supplement the thing. That's the best way, guys. And number 5, guys. So when using the supplementation or foods or whatever the case that you're doing, make sure they're most natural, organic, kosher types of foods, supplementation, and any other thing that you're doing. Make sure they're at their most natural, organic, and purest state. Because guys, if you're getting all this other stuff, if you're getting junk over the counter, it may not do not a little to nothing. You might be taking one of these supplementations, you don't even have a good absorption in there to where you're taking this stuff and you're not even getting the best benefit. It might could tell you, oh yeah, 150 milligrams, but guess what? You're probably only getting 10 milligrams of it. That's why I just said, go to a highly credited and recommendable brand that's going to give you the GMO, that's going to give you they're gluten-free, the vegetarian-free, whatever, you know what I'm saying, the vegetarian capsules and things like that, making sure that you get in the purest state and understand, and make sure you go for research these brands to make sure that you're getting fermented stuff, you know, because you want to get the most natural stuff. I understand a lot of people false claim, and they do that. They do that because they're trying to sell you something, but I know it's hard. It's hard to even search and go look for these things, but you have to try. I believe you come out better just even trying or getting something that says that versus something that's just like, oh yeah, here go your list. And then you haven't even read up on what type of things that you need to absorb that much proficiently. And you're getting things that just like, oh, just put it in your body for a little bit and it's gone. So please look into that, guys. Research everything. Everything that I'm telling you, research it. Research it. Prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm just knowing after just compiling up all this information, this is what I'm coming up with, guys. So I'm providing with the best chance to prevent. I'm not saying it's going to cure. I'm not saying it's going to correct things. But it will at least put a hold on things for long term. And if you continue in a great state, in a healthy state, you're good. You're good. All I can see is best and great things going for you in your hair, in your locks. That's all I can see. So guys, please continue with that. Number 7, and this is a no-brainer. This goes back to one of the other things I was talking about with the vitamin D3. Guys, get sunlight. Get lots of it. Get lots of it. When it's out there, take advantage of it. Go walk your dog. Go walk and run with your kids. Go play with, go in the park, whatever the case. I understand we're dealing with what we're dealing with this pandemic, but understand, still go try to get that stuff, man. It's more natural. It's the best thing for you. Sunlight is great. It's a mood changer. It brings happy and joyness to your life. It brings liveliness. It's awesome to have, believe me. When I see that sun come out and I had a good night's sleep, I am energized. I am revived. I am ready to start my day. Kickstart on Monday. You know how we are about Mondays. God, I'm ready to start my day accurately and proficiently and effectively. And I jump out there ready to go and tackle whatever I need to tackle. So guys, get that sunlight. It is good and healthy for you. Mother Nature and Father Earth, you know, the omnipotent. He is the creator of all these things. So guess what? He provided it for you. They're essential. They're essential for our everyday living. So God, utilize it. Number 8. Guys, I need you to do this, and you know it's important. I done said this in plenty of videos. Guys, drink uber amounts of water. Your daily usage of water, or whatever you can stand, or how much ever you can stand to take. Guys, please drink a lot of water. Please consume water more than anything else. I know we're juicing. I know we're smoothings. I know we're creating smoothies all day. We have an awesome blender, and it is awesome for smoothies. Yes, implement those. They're good for you too. But water is highly important. Our body is made up of 90-something% of water, or yeah, somewhere around there. I may be wrong. Don't get me wrong. All right, don't come for me. All right, guys. But it's a high percentage of water we're made of, and minerals and stuff like that. But water is what our body needs for everything. Hair growth, everything, you know what I'm saying? We need that. We have to have that. So guys, make sure you drink that. That goes without saying, so I shouldn't have to stress that. I stress it enough. I am a huge water drinker, so I can say that it is useful, and you feel a lot different when you sleep, when you wake up, when you exercise. What you go to the most? When it's hot outside, And you need that iced cold, what? Water. So guys, please use that. Please drink that a lot. Boom. Number 9. So guys, a lot of people don't talk about this, but I am, because I'm going to give you the best chance of everything for your hair. Guys, make sure you're speaking positive things over your hair and your hair's health. Make sure you're saying positive things over your hair. Oh man, my hair. When you say those negative things, they impact. It triggers your mind saying, oh, this thing, that. And it goes in the back of your mind. And guess what? It stays in there. And guess what? The universe answers. And it says, huh? Oh, you're right. This is happening. And it won't go. And it won't do this. And it won't do it. And boom, 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 boom. And now when the things don't happen, because you didn't speak highly on it, now you wonder why you got problems. Speak highly about your hair. Speak positive thoughts, affirmations, things on your hair. People don't think that's important. It's hugely important. If you can speak in your mind and possess things, and physical things come, and things of material things come to you, why can't your hair do the same? Why can't your body make change? You know, come on now. I'm just saying, look into the research. Think I'm playing or not? The research. You're going to see a lot more people telling you, speaking positive thoughts, speaking positive words, affirmations over your hair, your health, and you're going to see change. I speak it every time. My hair is going to grow. My hair is awesome. My hair is continually growing today. And then I don't speak on the bad thing that is going on with my hair. I don't speak on it at all. Don't even say anything about it. Don't even speak on it. Don't even give it a name. Speak on only the positive things for your hair. My hair is great. My hair is constantly growing. I am so happy and grateful today that my hair is continuously growing, healthy, long, strong, and I'm able to maintain it. Just saying, try it out. And number 10, I wouldn't say it's a tip, but this is for really a notation. It's something that you need to really think and understand. A great deal of your health, your hair's health and growth, and its ability to flourish and to be something great, everything is in, you're intaking it. It's internal, not topical all the time. Don't get me wrong, topical does help to a certain extent, but mainly it's internal. It's what the things you intake that creates the beauty. Just like a tree, we water the ground. Once that is absorbed in the ground, the roots suck that up, and all that flows up within the side of the tree, creating the branches. We don't add the branches on. Nah, everything's created from that seed to that flower to that tree. It's internal. So you dropping water on your hair, guys, all you're doing is damping it, wetting it, semi-moisturizing. But if you really want it to grow, if you really want to hydrolate your hair, make sure you got a lot of hydration. Drink the water. Eat the right foods. Give your body the nutrients. Because that's what I'm understanding. And me dealing with what I'm dealing, traction alopecia, I most definitely need to take heed in that. Because it's important. Because I'm not trying to counteract. I'm trying to counteract, but I'm not trying to go backwards. I'm trying to go forward. So guys, I want the best chance for me. I don't want to see this no more. I don't want to see this no more. Once I correct it and I get it right, I'm not going back. I'm not. So guys, remember, it's more internal in what you intake than topical and what you put on top. Okay? On top helps, but it's more what you intake. So take heed in that. And so number 11, guys, this is huge. This is not a tip, but this is just more notation, more information to give you. Guys, you wanted locks because there are a low maintenance hairstyle. So treat it as such. It is a low maintenance hairstyle. So why are we doing all this extra stuff as if it is a loose natural? Why are we adding more work and complicating things? Locks are so low maintenance, and that is a true statement. If you're doing it correctly and not overcomplicating things, not overthinking it, and trying everything in the universe, yes, guys, it is a very low maintenance hairstyle. You don't have to add all this stuff in. Remember, you got this particular hairstyle because you didn't have time to keep up with your loose natural. You didn't have time to do all this extra stuff. Treat your locks as such. I love them because I don't have to deal with them all. I can let them hang and be good. I don't have to worry about, this side here and this side there. I don't have to worry about all that. Guys, stop overthinking it and stressing yourself out about this. Stop making this stuff complicated. That's why you end up cutting your hair. Doing all this other stuff. This extraness. Because we overcomplicate a simple thing. Yes, you have to do some maintenance, some work to it. Especially if you're not well keeping your hair. So, guys, take that in consideration. Please understand that. You have to implement that. You have to know that. You the one chose this. So, guys, please understand. You don't have to go crazy and overdo things. Stop it. It's nonsense. And, guys, I want to leave you with a quote. My quote. And understand, you are different. You're special. And if anybody tell you you're not special, this is what you need to say to them. If God didn't make me special, God didn't make me right. If God didn't make me special, He didn't make me right. God, I want to leave that to you. Lockies and Locettes. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this valuable information. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got a lot out of it. I know a lot of other YouTubers, they probably use the same information as recycle, woo. I don't care, but I added my own flavor. I added more information for you, and I gave you a long video, and I hope you stay tuned to the entire. I hope you watched it. I hope you got to this point, guys, and I hope you liked the video. So hit the thumbs up. Make sure you leave any comments. And I know it's going to be a lot to talk about, so let's do that. Let's have a conversation. Let's go ahead and build up the next momentum for the next video. And guys, I hope you hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you never miss the beat. You don't miss any video that I put out for you guys. And I'm trying to be more consistent so I can have that information for you, and you might enjoy what I got going on. And I hope you love this lock channel, and I hope you love my channel in particular. And guys, I love you all, my lockies and locettes, and I salute and see you to the next video. Love you.